Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo June 9, 2022. Saturn stations and turns retrograde today, and because you're not used to this heavy energy, you could temporarily feel weighed down or disoriented. It's best to take the time to think about your priorities, particularly related to partnerships and significant people in your life. Saturn will remain retrograde until October 23rd, and it's an important cycle for changing your perspective about your responsibilities, reviewing, and editing existing endeavors or goals. The key to working with it to your advantage is to remind yourself of the work you need to do to stabilize critical areas of your life, especially your relationships, work, and health, aiming to connect with this purpose. Simplifying rather than taking on additional responsibilities makes the most sense in the months ahead. There is some pleasing, freeing energy available today, even with Saturn's station. The moon spends the day in your sign, helping to keep the mood light and spirits high. You love to chat about everything under the sun, but the planetary aspect at play makes some of the talk a little like a sermon delivered by a very high-powered preacher. Whether it's you initiating the conversation, or another, you both need to stop forcing one particular outcome. Move with the moment, and just let the discussion flow. This will produce a truly satisfactory result. Just as Mercury retrograde ended, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius has begun. Starting now and going until October, Taskmaster Saturn retrograde is going to ask you to rethink, review, then revise the control, authority, and responsibility you have in your professional commitments. Who and what you work with is going to go through a more serious reconsideration. You could feel differently about some of your working relationships, especially the restrictive ones. Certain arrangements may not feel as authentic as they once did, causing you to take a stance to make your necessary changes. Use this time wisely. While the moon will not only return to your income sector tomorrow but to kick off what will be an important few days across the income, work, and career fronts, for now, the focus is still on the other side of the financial fence. It was the moon's departure from an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart yesterday that has helped to fuel your financial confidence, instincts, and imagination when it comes to money matters. You are enjoying harmonious relations with family and friends. Take time for shared activities, they will give you great pleasure. Occasions like this let you see what kind of person you are and the role you play amongst family and friends. What could be better than to find yourself in the company of others? You'll find that you have just the right words today at just the right time. Be generous with your advice and ideas, and don't be surprised if you receive a slice of wisdom in return. Don't let how you're feeling pass you by, instead voice your romantic wishes, and tell others what you're willing to give and what is expected in return. Go out and make yourself noticed, be courageous. Find the person who is right for you and discover how you might begin to share wonderful times with another. For some time, you've been sensing a basic indecisiveness in yourself and the rest of the world. The astral energy is giving those who are sensitive the feeling that things could change any time. This day's aspect tickles your desire to make things all right for everyone you care about. The lesson you need to glean from this is to care for your own needs first. Be certain to drink plenty of water, take vitamins, and exercise on a daily basis. If your house, desk, yard, basement, or any other space is a mess, this might just be the perfect day to get things in order. It's a day, and with this vibration, organization and a willingness to get your hands dirty are common. You're sure to notice that keeping your focus is far easier than usual, as well. See what you can get accomplished. Clear through your things and perhaps donate to a charity. You'll feel great when all is said and done. The moon's departure from your income sector today comes with perfect timing, and that includes both financially and professionally. This is something that will always leave you with a sharp nose for money, but it comes just as Venus, the planet of money, moves into her final 2 weeks in your career sector and of her mission to fuel your professional confidence, attract opportunities, and steer things in a lucrative direction. It is then that the moon will turn its attention onto the communication lines. It was just 3 days ago that the moon, in its final hours in Leo, clashed with Saturn, in his early hours in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, where there may have pushed some buttons as your personal and relationship needs clashed. The moon's return to your communication sector today turns everything around. Our eyes in the sky. As the moon spends its last hours in attention-seeking Virgo today, this is your last chance to make it all about you. This fiery emotional lunar combo loves to make you the center of everything, so even if you're shy at heart, you might actually enjoy being in the spotlight a little more than usual now. And since all eyes will be on you, why not look your best? This is prime primping energy, so make those hair and mani-pedi appointments ASAP. Clothes shopping is fun now too, as is taking more selfies from more fantastic angles than seem humanly possible. Although there's no social media posting limit, maybe there should be. No matter how good you look, people might be tired of seeing you live your best life by the time the day is over. But overall, not a bad problem to have. There's not a whole lot to complain about today unless you're looking extra hard for it. In the morning, the Virgo moon trines Uranus in Taurus, stimulating our intuition. The day ahead forecasts significant twists and turns, when riding the wave will make us magnets for serendipity. Although surprises and shakeups serve to release us from self-imposed limitations, the trine is also what is considered an easy aspect. This means that we can miss its most constructive effects if we are content to stay in the house. We don't have to go out of our way to use this influence to our full advantage. Try taking a different road to work, sampling a new cuisine, or volunteering to teach someone a skill you've cultivated. In the process, we'll place ourselves just enough outside our comfort zone, communicating to the universe our interest in an upgrade. Shortly following this, the moon squares off with the Gemini sun, prompting us to review events that have transpired since the May 30th Gemini new moon. Intentions were set for manifesting social connections that could aid us in sharing our voices within our communities. We might have begun ventures dealing explicitly with the spoken or written word, or undertaken research or investigative projects. Yet, now we find ourselves faced with adversity. Perhaps we are grappling with self-doubt. Or perhaps we are experiencing conflict with someone who has called our intelligence into question. If we adopt a know-it-all approach, we deny ourselves the opportunity to grow in our field of expertise. Remember, we are here to learn. Learning requires us to update our opinions when faced with new evidence. Don't deny yourself the chance for further self-development. We'll choose to express ourselves with acts of kindness and service to those we care about, who will then see our truest heart. Our need for variety can place us in situations where romantic engagements take a back seat. Ordinarily, asking for space won't be a problem here. It is more likely that issues will arise if we make our needs known improperly or fail to consider someone else's needs. The reverse may also be true. We feel neglected in some capacity by another, which makes us go looking for love in all the wrong places.